Hey critics, it's time for Black on the Cover, where we highlight Black talent gracing the cover of the top magazines. Welcome back to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary reviews and tabloid news. I'm your host, Patricia Hartley. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Today, we are featuring the ever so legendary Saturday Night Live veteran Maya Rudolph. Featured on the cover of Town and Country, Maya takes us inside her brand new show, Loot, and gives us a look inside of her life. She also is given looks. Each look I'd say that she has in the Town and Country spread really, in my opinion, gives very Met Gala, at least two of them, okay? Also, she talks about her SNL return that she did last night. We'll talk a little bit about some of the skits. But first, let's talk a little bit about what's going on inside the pages of Town and Country. Now, on page 44, how the 6 o'clock news became your 8 o'clock curtain. Now, this article highlights the way theater is able to just sort of grapple some of the heavy issues in our society, and it gives us room to really think about them. It talks about how folks are going to the theater. Additionally, on page 88, they talk a little bit more about Broadway. Actor Michael B. Jordan is modeling the new David Yurman jewelry on page 56. And when I say talk about Broadway, this is exactly what I mean. Really, Broadway is really showcasing a lot more Black theater. When I was doing theater back in 2007 or so, there was not all of these options. You have people like, Candy Burris now. She is producing different shows on on Broadway, like The Wiz. You have all of these, and then also there was another show that she did. I can't think of it right now, excuse me, but it's also another show that she helped to produce, her and her husband Todd. But either way, there's really some folks out there doing their thing in Broadway, including actress Nichelle Lewis. She stars in the role of Dorothy in The Wiz, and she says while it's a lot of pressure, she is up for the challenge. And she said to prepare for the role, she watched the original 1984 version just a few times, and then she got an opportunity to just put that away and then prepare on her own and sort of form her own character. And personally, for me, when I used to prepare for roles, I love that idea of honestly sometimes not even looking at whatever they did in the past, right? Just sort of forming my own way of thinking for the character first, then watching whatever it is that may have been like relatable, whatever direction that my director want me to go. I'll take in those things into consideration, because I don't want to become the person who's copying what they did, right? Because that's not the best way to do a role. You want to do the role. Yes, there is a similarity that's going to be there, but you still got to put your own sort of kick to it. You got to put your own kick to it. Additionally, actress Malia Joy Moon stars in Hell's Kitchen, which is a new musical inspired by the life of Alicia Keys. Now, she says while she almost did not do the show because she felt that she wasn't ready, she's still learning, though. She seems, though, like she has it down packed. I will say this: when you're doing anything live like Broadway, because Broadway, theater itself is a whole new beast. But what I love about theater is that they give you time to practice the role. You have time to, get into character. So shout out to those who are doing big things on Broadway. Shout out to Broadway itself. The articles there's a few articles in Town and Country that do a good job of just sort of highlighting what's going on in the magazine, starting there on page 88. And if you are wanting to know a little bit more about Ozempic, and what they're saying is the shot heard around the world, there's an oral history article there here in the magazine by Fiorella, is the individual who wrote it, and she basically goes inside the Upper East Side and what the rich are saying about the drug. So not just what everyday society is saying, but also what Hoy society is saying specifically about the drug. Yeah, so that's what's going on inside of the pages of Town and Country. Now for our cover artist, we'll just say it like that, Miss Maya Rudolph. Now in the article, which inside is actually written by Jessica Pressler. Photographs in the article, y'all, the photographs are dynamic because the styling that was done is also amazing. She was styled by Rebecca Grice. The photographs are by Ruben Afanador. That's the last name. And the SNL veteran Maya Rudolph graces the cover of Town and Country, looking gorgeous in what I would call like a tinsel sort of a dress. It's gold. It's beautiful, darling. Her cover photo is fabulous, and just sort of the look that she gives in the May issue of the magazine. She has a brand new comedy out, y'all. It's called Loot. She stars and plays in it. It's for Apple TV specifically. Now, her role is, or her character is called Molly Wills. She's a brand new, newly divorced mega billionaire who gets to live a magical life after becoming the third wealthiest woman in the world due to a divorce. Y'all want to know the exact number? $87 billion. Now, Rudolph explains that it was important to have somebody likable and somebody that, the audience would essentially care about, right? Because there's just sort of this idea that I think society thinks about folks who either have money, got money, was born in money, all of the things. And so we all know that Maya Rudolph is such a likable character. We can definitely say that, especially, when you've seen all of her Beyonce roles that she's played over the years on SNL. Which, if you didn't have a chance to see SNL last night, there are some great clips on YouTube that you can see of her doing some great skits. Maya actually, before I get to some of the skits she did, her mom was the legendary Minnie Riperton, who was also a singer. And she passed away when Maya was very young. So I did know that her mom was a Black woman, but I did not realize that her mom passed away when she was so young. I think around 6 or 7, like just such a very young time. So she was raised on her father's side, excuse me, by her father. And with that being said, the legendary star says that she did have a hard time. She does have a hard time for people who say things like, you can expand your palette when it comes to like comedy and acting if you just kind of do a few more different types of skits. But Maya says that she really has a hard time doing anything as it relates to mean comedy. She says she just don't feel right. She said it don't feel right coming out of me, and I completely understand that. And Maya's been doing this since what, like the 2000s or so. She's been doing all of the skits that she's been doing with SNL. But she talks about her production company in the article for Town and Country, about how it was started back in 2018. The name of the production company is called Animal. She said it's a collaboration with her and a few of her longtime friends, Natasha and Danielle. The company has been a success out the gate, and it has seen such hits as the series Russian Doll, the teenage rom-com, and also a documentary. Last year, the SNL alum stepped away to focus on quality over quantity, but she's back doing some amazing things. Last night she nailed it in her role for SNL, and just like she nailed it in the Town and Country article with all of these amazing looks, y'all. She's wearing a $12,000 green Gucci cape gown there on page 77. She has on this beautiful blue Balenciaga coat. If you saw Cardi B, she did a runway, I think, with Balenciaga, and this is the coat that she's wearing. It resembles that coat if it's not the exact coat. And then on page 83, Maya dons a Christian Siriano cape top and trousers with the cutest straight bob and David Webb cuff. Additionally, she has on this beautiful deep red ruby gown, and I believe the name of it is called the Willie Shavaria gown. It's on page 81. She looks gorgeous as she seems as if she's going up the stairs. I think that's the one that I feel like could have been like Met Gala, especially this year. Y'all, the looks at the Met Gala this year just was, yeah, they weren't quite as, you know, mm, out there as expected. I mean, when you talk about art, when you talk about dressing, when you talk about, stars, when they're at like award shows like the Oscars or they're at award shows like the Emmys, I get why they're like, it's not about the dress, it's about my talent and my acting because we're here for for that. But when it's the Met Gala, darling, that is when you show up and show out. Okay, that's when you have the helicopter on the top of your head. You know how it goes. Stop playing with me. I know that that's extra, but that's what the Met Gala is. The Met Gala is extra. And the theme this year was something along the lines that gave me very like the garden. Like, it was a very garden theme, very light, very airy. And I feel like a lot of actresses and those who were invited had very safe looks. And this is not the place, in my opinion, to play it safe. This is the place to play it up. Okay. Lana Del Rey, she didn't miss the memo. I loved what Keke Palmer had on. I also think that a lot of folks had on a quality of the dresses. I could see every single person had some very good quality of the dresses. Ariana Grande, I think she said that the top of her bodice was made of like pearl, something like that. I had a chance to watch it on Vogue's YouTube channel when they were streaming it live. Kim Kardashian's dress looked like it was about to choke her entire middle part, but she still made it. She's still breathing today, and I think she's still posting on the gram. So she gonna be all right. There was I think I said Keke Palmer was definitely my favorite. There was Serena Williams, who, look, y'all gonna let up off of Serena. That's what y'all gonna do. Okay. Serena, though, I know you hear the feedback from the folks about your look. So take that into consideration. I'm sure your team can hear that. But she had on a gold dress, which was amazing. It looked beautiful. However, I think that she has the body in order to wear something just a little bit more fitting, in my opinion, than that. But that's my opinion. I really did love Gabrielle Union's dress. It was a very mermaid. It was a mermaid looking dress. It really started off as one color and just kind of flowed into like other color. Just very beautiful. And I think she said when she was being interviewed on is it the green carpet at the Met Gala? What color was that carpet? Because I don't think it's the red carpet. I think it's a different color carpet. But when she was being interviewed on the red carpet, I think, or the carpet, excuse me, she said that was one of her favorite gowns, if not her favorite one. But she had been to the Met Gala several times. Like, I mean, she was flexing. Go on, flex it. Go on, flex it. And of course, her husband, Dwayne Wade, was right there by her side. And so that's it for the Met Gala sort of talks, which I kind of got off topic, but wanted to say that because Maya's looks in the article here of the Town and Country magazine, I personally think at least two of her looks would have also fit well at the Met Gala. And last night I talked to you, if you had a chance to watch Saturday Night Live, then you saw Maya Rudolph made her comeback. The legendary star was there doing her skits, including a Mother's Day monologue about being a mother of four and having her foot on folks' necks since Y2K. She also did a rap and brought Beyonce back. Now, she didn't bring Beyonce back for that particular skit, but it was the start of it. Shout out to that one piece that you had on, Maya. You looked amazing, girl. Her Beyonce skit was of Maya doing like that hot sauce challenge. I don't know the guy who does the hot sauce challenge with everybody. But of course, they had somebody skitting, being who that guy was, and then Maya was pretending like she was Beyonce and just sort of promoting the cowboy Carter look because she had on the cowboy hat, the cowboy boots, and she was ready to eat that food. Okay. They also did a couple of PSAs, including one that paid homage to the nurses. That was a skit. They also did a PSA skit, like a teacher PSA, which was hilarious just because every teacher that came on was telling their story, and after every story child at the end, they said y'all won. They were saying that the children basically won this season. Okay. And in it, she talked also about COVID and how it basically broke something that we just can't fix. And while other teachers chimed in about their experiences, I felt like that was a really there was a part in the skit though. It's called like it was a lady who said that in her coffee cup she actually has alcohol, and she said almost every single day she got to say sit down. And so that was really I guess a big component because the audience sounded like they really liked it. And then at the end of that skit, they had a OnlyFans graphic, which we ain't gonna talk about what OnlyFans seem like it stand for, but shout out to do what you got to do these days. Okay, I am not judging you. Okay, they also had a little daughter skit that she did, but you can check the all these skits out there on the Saturday Night Live YouTube channel, where it's popping and all of the things. Now, I did not find very many digital highlights for Maya Rudolph, but I was able to find some digital books that you can look up about Saturday Night Live on Hoopla and just find a variety of information about the show, including the history as well as the philosophy behind the show. And of course, you may know that this segment encourages you to go get your public library card. Now, most magazines reviewed in this video are also available on the digital platform Hoopla. And while this is not a paid advertisement and is in no way affiliated with any library or educational entity, here at the Critic Chronicles, we encourage all of our listeners to commit to being a lifelong learner and to get your library card today. Check out the description box for more information about how to stay connected to the channel, and be sure to catch us here at the Critic Chronicles every weekend for uploads. It's the weekend, critics. Thanks for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.